I'm going live.
Good luck, I love you.
Love you too. All right, I'm live. All right, good morning, everybody. We got a little recovery yoga flow today. Got a lot of feedback on Instagram that some people want their back stretched out, so we'll focus a little bit on the back and the spine, getting that all loose, and do some longer holds, work on our breath. Be a good flow. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Let's do this thing. Let's all start in a cross-legged position, kind of like we did yesterday. We're going to start trying to move, warm up the spine. All right, so let's sit up tall. Really start to feel and become aware of your entire spine. So start down in the sit bones. Make sure those are nice and centered. Start to sit up. Just start to think about every vertebrae, just aligning it, stacking on top of each other as that follows all the way up your back. We lift the neck up, same thing, stretching up. All right, from here we're going to start to do a little seated cat-cow. So we're going to start to, we'll have our hands on our knees. We're going to start to bring the chest forward. Tailbone tucks back behind us. Gaze goes up. And move forward just a little bit. Start to round the back out. Chest comes up. You can pull back with both these hands. From there, we'll slowly move all the way back and just do the opposite of that. So we'll round out the back. We'll fall backwards. Hands can stay on the knees. Tailbone tucks forward this time. Gaze goes down. And then you'll come up again. And we'll just move to that first position where we're rounding out the chest. And just keep slowly moving through both of those. I'll let you just kind of go at your own pace. Stretch out your back as much as you want here. Just put a little movement in. Just a couple more here. Let go on your own. All right, whenever you're done with your last one, just go ahead and come back to center. Find a nice tall position, sitting up from the sit bones again. Go ahead and get the shoulders a little loose. We'll just start bringing shoulders up towards our ears. Pinch back behind you and just let them roll down. Just a couple of rotations that way. And go ahead and just switch rotations. So pinch them up behind you. Go forward, let them come down. Make sure you keep that nice tall spine still, sitting up from the sit bones. All right, let's go ahead and take our head and we'll just dip down, start moving our head in a yes motion. Just warm up the neck a little bit. All right, go ahead and bring your head back to center. I'm going to start going left to right. Shake your head no, stretching out the neck again. Whenever you're good with that, go ahead and just bring the nose back to center. All right, go ahead and start to take the nose up. Start to draw clockwise circles. Just come down front. Taking your nose, just making big clockwise circles, stretching up the neck. Get one more in and then just switch rotation. Counterclockwise. All right, go ahead and bring the head back to center. So go ahead and just switch the feet. So whichever foot you have in front, just switch. Stay in this cross-legged position though. Go ahead and inhale, let's take both arms up high. Exhale, we're gonna bring our hands down to the ground. Just come into a little bit of a forward fold with the back. So hands come to the ground, you can just come down a little bit. You don't need to try to come all the way to the ground yet. Still just warming up the back. I feel a stretch in the hips. You can tuck the head if you want. Maybe start to walk those hands out in front just a little bit more. Let's maybe take those hands, we can come over to the left just a little bit. Really pushing that right hip into the ground. You can start to feel a little bit more stretched on that right side. And just walk the hands back through center. And come just a little bit to the right. Same thing, you'll push that left hip down, feel a little bit of a stretch through that left side body. Go ahead and bring the hands back to center. Go ahead and walk the hands up. We'll sit up tall again. And inhale, let's take both arms up high. Sit tall. Really push, raise up from those sit bones. Maybe send the gaze up. All right, from here, let's drop this right arm down. Right hand comes over to the right of the right hip. Go ahead and really push up through this left side. Push the left hand up high. With an exhale, you can slowly start to lean a little bit to the right. Put some weight into that right hand that you have over there. Pushing up and over from that left hip. You should feel a stretch down the left side body. Take a couple breaths here. We're going to go ahead and take this left hand and just continue down and forward. Nice and slow. You'll feel a stretch down the left side body again. Just slowly bring that hand to the ground. And we'll bring our chest forward just a little bit. We're going to take our hands and we're going to walk them both back to center just like we were earlier. So we'll come to center, do a quick little forward fold. Stretch out the back a little bit more. Bringing the chest down and forward. And we'll sit back up. Get the other side. Go ahead and inhale, both arms up high. Exhale, drop that left hand down. Just to the left. Really start to push up from that right hip. Reaching the right hand up. With an exhale, you can start to lean over to the left into that left hand. Trying to keep that right hip hooked into the ground. Take a couple breaths here, stretching out the right side. All right, and we'll slowly bring that right hand down and forward. Nice and slow, start to feel that stretch down the right side. Once that hand comes to the ground, we'll start to bring our chest down and forward. We're walking the hands back to center. A quick little forward fold here. And sit up tall again. Push into the hands, nice and slow. All right, let's keep moving to that. Go ahead and inhale, both hands up high. Exhale, spring. Right arm down. Let's move over, start to lean over to the right a little bit again. Push up through that left hip. Just ever so slightly, keep moving slowly to the right. Slowly bring that left hand down. Left hand just continues down and forward. Bring it to the ground. We'll just walk our hands over to center. From here, let's actually keep walking our hands all the way over to the left. So that left hand's going to line up with that left hip again. Once you reach that point, just go ahead and inhale that right arm up high. Pushing up. Pushing that right hip down to the ground. Get a good stretch here. And now slowly start to bring that right hand down. Good. And we'll just take the hands and let's walk all the way through the other side. Let's get both sides one more time. So walk the hands all the way to the right. That right hand's going to line up with the right hip. Just inhale the left arm up. Good. Slowly bring that left hand down and forward. Over to the right side. We'll just walk the hands. Make sure you get a good stretch through the whole spine here. Walk all the way over to the left. Left hand's going to line up with the left hip. Just inhale that right arm up high. All right, go ahead, continue down, forward with that right hand. Bring it to the ground. Walk our hands back to center, get one more quick forward fold here, bring the chest down as much as you want. Go ahead and walk the hands up now. Let's go ahead and switch those feet again. Sit up tall, inhale both arms up high. Exhale, we're gonna start to turn to the left. Drop this left hand down back behind us. Right hand comes to the top of the left knee. We're gonna push into this left arm so that we can sit up nice and tall. Take a big inhale. Exhale, try to move a little bit further to the left, stretching out that back. Take a couple breaths here. Go ahead, come back to center. Go ahead and bring both arms up high. Exhale, we'll turn to the right. Drop the right arm down behind you. Left hand comes to the top of the knee. We'll inhale and sit up tall. Exhale, just keep spinning to the right. Take a couple breaths here. Go ahead and just release that. Come back to center. And release everything. We're going to move to tabletop position now. We'll just come to all fours. Toes can be untucked here. We're going to start to just warm up the wrists, shoulders a little bit. So we'll start to just lean our weight, bring our shoulders maybe just a couple of inches in front of the wrists, and start to feel a little bit of stretch through the wrists. Come as far as you want. And we'll slowly come back almost to a little child's pose, bringing the butt back to the heels. Once you reach just a comfortable position there, we're going to come right back up and just keep moving slowly through this. Coming forward, stretching out the wrists, and come back. Do about 2 more each way. All right, we'll go ahead and come back to neutral. We'll start to do some cat-cows now in this position. So we'll start to push into the hands, rounding the back out. You can tuck the tailbone under, tuck the head. And we'll start to move the opposite way. So shining the chest forward, pinching shoulders behind your back. Tailbone tucks up, gaze goes up. Just move through this. Really start to feel the muscles along your spine and your back. Start to understand how much they need to be stretched, squeezed. Only you can tell what your body needs. Just do 1 more each way. After that, you can come back to neutral. Let's go ahead and take our knees as wide as the mat. Bring our toes together behind us. Bring the hands out about 5 or 6 inches. We'll just sit back on our heels now. Spend a little time here just melting down to the floor. You can try to push the chest down as far as you want, or try to push back to your heels. Here for about 30, 40 seconds. Just breathe, nice and slow. All right, we'll come up from that. Just come back to our tabletop. We're going to come into a little bit of thread the needle. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this right hand here, just shoot it out to the right. We'll take that right hand, shoot it back under to come underneath the left armpit. Back of the hand comes to the ground. Now we're going to put the back of our right shoulder towards the ground too. So your weight is going into the back of the right arm. This left hand can be here to take some of the weight too. Make sure there's not too much pressure in your neck. So just the weight of your body is pushing into that right shoulder, stretching it out. Take some breaths here. Again, this is not a neck stretch, so there shouldn't be too much weight into your head. Go ahead and start to push into the left hand. Come up out of that. Switch to the other side. So take that left hand, shoot her straight out. Left hand shoots under the right. Back of the hand comes into the ground. Shoulder comes to the ground. Put some weight into that left shoulder as we breathe here. All right, let's push into that left hand. Come back up to our tabletop. Go ahead and just lift our feet up behind us. Give our ankles a couple rolls. Whichever direction or way that you want. Just loosen them up. Go ahead and bring the feet back down. We'll keep the toes tucked. Just send a little weight back into the feet. Stretching up the toes. Take a couple deep breaths here. You can come all the way back. Sit up if you want. Or just leave your hands on the ground if that's too much weight. All right, so go ahead and untuck the toes now. We'll still try to sit back towards the heels. Again, you can keep weight in your hands if you want. You can come all the way back. Smash the knees down, sit up tall, you can do so. Take a couple breaths here. All right, go ahead and bring your weight forward. Come back and do our tabletop. Just move around to a seated position now. Come all the way down to our backs. Oh. We're going to go ahead and send the left leg long. We'll send the right leg straight up into the air. Here, let's take this right leg and we'll just send it over across the left. Comes down to the ground. You keep the leg straight or bend at the knee. This right arm's going to shoot up tall to the right. Left hand is on top of the right knee. Just take a couple breaths. Start to feel this twist. All right, we're going to take that left hand, just help the right knee back over. Just go ahead and switch legs now. So send the right leg long, left leg shoots up in the air, left leg crosses over to the right. Right hand can go on top of the left knee, left arm can shoot up high. Again, take a couple breaths, enjoy the twist. All right, let's bring that knee back over. Let's go ahead and just bring both knees into the chest. Squeeze them in. Good, go ahead and release that. Go ahead and sit back up. Come into butterfly position here. So bring both feet together. We're going to bring our hands to the ankles. First, we're going to start to sit up tall. Find those sit bones yet again. And from here, we'll start to come to a little bit of a forward fold, but we're really going to focus on bringing the feet in and pushing into the groin. So pushing into the tops of the legs. Elbows push both the knees down, just what's comfortable. We're going to first start stretching out this front part here. So take some breaths. with your hands down here. We'll keep pushing into the knees, but if you want to start massaging the feet, it actually feels kind of good. Start to just loosen up the toes, move around a little bit. Nobody really takes time to loosen up their feet. It's always nice to. All right, we'll start to take the elbows out of the knees. So if you want, you can move the feet out just a little bit further. We're gonna start to sit up tall again. And from here, we're gonna really focus on trying to bring our body down and forward with our chest. So we don't want to round out the back, okay? No pain should be in the back, no rounding out. We're gonna try to stay up. And just slowly bring our whole chest, our whole spine is one solid plane, coming down and forward. Again, you can keep massaging the feet if that's comfortable for you. We're gonna hold this pose for about a minute. So move really slowly into it. And again, try not to round out the back. All right, you can slowly start to release that. We'll just come up out of that. Go ahead and bring both knees up, feet come up. Just put hands to the side, go ahead and let your knees just fall left to right a couple times. Loosen up the hips. All right, so now we're gonna come into cross-legged position again. This time take the left foot in front. We'll start with the left foot in front. We're gonna take our feet out in front of us just a couple inches, so much so that this left foot lines up with the right knee over here. Same thing on the other side. This right foot is lined up perfectly with the left knee. We'll start to sit up tall. We're gonna take our forearms and just push down on both the knees. That might be enough of a stretch for you. You might start to feel it. We're really gonna be stretching, focusing on this front left leg, which stretches all the way back to the lower back and the hip over there. So if you start to put some weight forward, weight into the forearms on tops of the knees, you might feel a good enough stretch there. We're gonna hold this pose for about a minute. Start to really breathe here. If you want, you can start to bring your hands out. If both the knees are as flat as they'll go, you can start to bring the hands out. We'll just slowly be bringing our chest down and forward. Again, try not to round out too much. Try to bring the whole back with you. Just keep breathing. This helps with a lot of lower back, sciatica pain. Just a couple more deep breaths. All right, we're gonna start to come up out of that. So if you're all the way down here, start to push into the hands. Go ahead and bring both knees up again. Just gonna send our feet left to right a couple times, or send our knees left to right a few times. Gonna reset, loosen up the hips before we hit the other side. All right, let's go ahead and come up now. So we'll put that right foot in front, line up both the feet, the outsides of the knees. Start to sit up tall, bring those forearms to the knees. Either stay here or start to slowly come forward, bring that chest down forward, hands can come out. Again, try to keep that integrity of the back, don't be rounding out too much. Just slowly, every couple seconds, walk your hands a little further, go further into the stretch if you want. You don't have to push your body and stretch it every single day. But if you're feeling it today, go ahead. All right, a couple more breaths here. All right, let's slowly start to walk those hands up. Oh, come on out of that position. From here, let's take, we're gonna shoot our left leg out straight, and then right leg in, right knee just shoots out to the right. Start to sit up tall, start to align. You want pretty much your left kind of chest right here, the left side of your chest lined up straight over the knee of the left side. And inhale, both arms up. Exhale, we'll come into a forward fold. Bring your hands to your foot if you can. If you need to just come to the shin, do that. But we'll try to keep our leg pretty straight here. So start to feel your hamstring, feel how tight it is, and start to really focus on that lower back. Are you rounding out? Can you try to straighten that back a little bit? Really pushing into the hips, tilting the pelvis forward. Take some breaths here. If you want to start coming down into a forward fold, you can do so. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds, so just let the hamstring open up, let the lower back, the hips keep opening up. All right, we'll slowly release and just come out of that. We'll come back to the side, but we're going to switch to the other side first. So send that right leg long, left ankle in, left knee goes out to the side. We'll start to sit up tall. Right side of the chest lines up over the right knee. We'll inhale, both arms up. Exhale, start to come forward. Try to keep the integrity of that back. Come all the way to the foot if you can. You need to bend the knee, or if you need to just come to the shin, you can do so. Start to feel that hamstring stretch. Start to think about the lower back. Make sure you're not caving down too much on one side or anything. Again, we'll be here for about 30 seconds. All right, we'll slowly release. Come on out of that. We'll sit back up, switch the feet again, move back to that other side. So this time we're actually going to turn our shoulders to the right so that our shoulders are almost creating a straight line with our leg. Straight across here, so straight line. We're turning this way. We're going to go ahead and try to inhale, right arm up high. This left hand can come to the inside or the outside of the leg. We'll inhale, right arm up high. Start to lean to the left, over that left side. So if you can bring your hand all the way to the foot, that's great, but really focused on that right hip, pushing up tall with the right arm. Rising up from that right hip that's rooted into the floor. If you want to keep slowly coming down, you can. Again, that hand can be on the ground, just helping, a little weight. Couple more breaths. Good. You can go ahead and just bring that right hand down to the ground. Walk the hands back up. Good. Let's get the other side now. So this is a little bit more of a back stretch than a hamstring stretch. All right, so right foot shoots out. We'll sit up tall, spin our arms out, spin our shoulders to the left, trying to line up shoulders with the leg. Go ahead and inhale, left arm up high. Exhale, start to lean a little bit to the right over that right leg. Still pushing up and over with that left hip that's grounded into the ground. We'll take some breaths here. Couple more breaths. Go ahead and continue down and forward with that left hand. Good. All right. So go ahead and hit any other stretches that you want to hit today. We're going to move into Shavasana. So if you want to move to Shavasana, follow with me. And we'll just move back. Send the legs long. Feet can fall up to the side. Oh. Palms face up. Just start to breathe. We'll close our eyes. We're just going to be here for about 3 to 5 minutes this time. Breathe in nice and slow. Just start to feel the belly. Inhale, exhale. Start to just kind of analyze the muscles of your body, your back, your hamstrings, your hips. Those are all things that we put a little extra emphasis on today. Start to analyze and see if you feel better, if you feel worse. Just kind of check in and see how you feel. No judgment on it. Just understand what your body's feeling right now. just a couple more breaths here. Just enjoy these last couple moments. Start to just move the fingers together. You can wiggle the toes together too. Inhale, both arms up high. Send the feet long, full body stretch. Oh. Go ahead, sit up. Oh. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning with that. I hope you guys have a good Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday. Get a little church service in. Everybody's online now. You can just join that. Should be another hot day. Thank you. Namaste. God bless. Brother, the yoga. Oh, the yoga. Thank you, people.